recording.
All right, perfect. Well, I thank everyone for joining us tonight. I'm so excited to have a very special person in my life be doing this call with me. So I'm not going to give a formal introduction to Dr. Tahki because she's going to kind of weave her bio in her story. But I want to just share, well, I guess I'll begin by saying who I am. I'm Kellie Farrar, qualifying National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company. And I am, you know what, I'm going to mute everyone out first. Hold on. Can I do that, Michelle? I think I can.
Let me see if I can help you here.
Can you mute all?
Yeah, I'm going to go start muting right now.
All right. And then, Tahki, when you start talking, you can unmute. Okay. So, so I'll share my story real quick. I was introduced to Juice Plus almost 13 years ago at a time in my life when I definitely was in search of something to do with improving my health and the health of my family, but I didn't really know what it was. My mother-in-law had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and that diagnosis just shot a, cord of fear through my heart for my husband, who now had a direct genetic connection to cancer, and for my two daughters, who also now had a connection to cancer. And, I just must have put a certain energy out to the universe that I was looking for something that was going to help my family. And a perfect stranger came into my life and introduced Juice Plus. At the time, I was a holistic health coach, and I was very much against vitamin supplementation. And there were a few things I needed to hear about Juice Plus before I would consider bringing it into my family. The first was that it was food, because it didn't have a supplement facts label. It wasn't a multivitamin. It was actually whole food. So that was kind of a check mark. The second thing was that it was backed by research, so that I could look at the universities and institutions that had done research on Juice Plus to know that it was something that actually did something to the body and for the body, and that was important to me, so that was like a check. And then the third bonus check was that my kids could get it for free through what is now our family health study. From a business perspective, I was a little bit slower to kind of grab hold of what this incredible gift is for all of us. I did say yes to becoming a distributor because I was purchasing so much Juice Plus that, any essence of a discount was kind of a bonus. But it really took me several years to actually give this a very firm yes. And the difference between when I was kind of playing around, I was growing, what I look back now, I was growing through the marketing plan. And I actually grew very quickly to sales coordinator, not really knowing what I was doing. And then I stalled there for 9 years. And it was, that 3 year ago mark when I really, had a very deep look within my own heart and decided that it was time to, get out of my own way and really treat this like a business. So today I am on the threshold of becoming National Marketing Director, which I'm super excited about, but not nearly as excited as I am to share this call today with my very dear friend, Dr. Tahki. And so Tahki and I were kind of set up to become friends with each other via Cynthia Gompers. So Cynthia asked myself and Tahki to help on a Friday morning call. Gosh, what was that, like 3 years ago?
Probably about that.
Yeah, about that. And she thought that our personalities would spark well together, kind of in an organic way on a conference call. And little did she know, or I guess she did know, she was absolutely correct. Tahki and I just sparked on this particular call, and we trained, and it was just so much fun. And what was really cool is people thought we had known each other forever. And we had literally never met, never talked until we were on this call. So it was really cool. And the first time I actually got to wrap my arms around Tahki and give her a big squeeze was at Q School that same summer.
Yeah.
And we just, I mean, like I knew we would, you know, we hit it off brilliantly, and we've had a lot of laughs.
Yes.
And a lot of adventures. But I am so, so blessed to have someone with the level of kindness and generosity and heart that Tahki has. She's always lent herself to talk to others if I've asked her to do a three-way call, or this is not the first phone call that we've done together. And I'm sure it will not be the last.
Yes.
So I am so honored. For those of you who have not met Dr. Tahki, I'm so honored for you to have the opportunity to get to know her tonight, because knowing her is loving her. And you guys are really, really blessed to fall in love with her tonight like I have. So Tahki, why don't you begin tonight, you know, by kind of diving deep into your story and giving people an idea of, you know, who you are and where you come from, and you know, and how Juice Plus ties into that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kelly. That was so sweet. And I will start by saying one of my mottos in life is, if it's not fun, don't do it. So we have a lot of fun, don't we? I am honored to share a little of my story and my heart with you all tonight. So my Juice Plus story began almost 10 years ago when I was invited to an event by my neighbor. She knew I was a doctor who was focusing on disease prevention and helping patients avoid being on medications. And it was a Prevention Plus event, and the speaker was Dr. Benitez, as you all know, a breast cancer surgeon in my local area. And Dr. Benitez was speaking about the importance of fruits and vegetables, and specifically Juice Plus, in her breast cancer patients. And as a physician in the audience, it made perfect sense to me. I knew the power of nutrition in healing our bodies and for prevention, and I knew that I wasn't getting enough, and I knew my patients certainly weren't getting enough variety. So, and in fact, I was training for a marathon at the time. And so the first thing I noticed after I started taking Juice Plus was a tremendously improved recovery time. I also noticed improved energy, sleep, mental clarity, and I am proud to say that I have not been sick in the almost 10 years that I have been taking Juice Plus. And for a doctor who sees sick patients all day, that is saying quite a lot. Not to mention the opportunity cost of me just missing one day of work. Juice Plus has truly been priceless to me. I have not missed one day of work due to illness since I've been on it. So just as the product made sense to me, Kelly, the idea of growing a secondary income by starting my own Juice Plus franchise also immediately made sense to me. I had an incredible amount of student loan debt that I needed to pay off. And quite frankly, I was scared, and I didn't think I was going to make it. So my true hot button at the time was, in fact, I learned that as I grew my business to a certain level, I could achieve a full benefits package that included health, dental, disability insurance, which for me, being single at the time, was incredibly important to me. And so for me, what originally started off as a need to start paying off my student loans with just some extra income that the Juice Plus business could provide morphed into something completely huge, so much bigger. And basically, as a physician, I took an oath 20 years ago when I graduated from med school to do no harm. That's our oath. And the irony is that a lot of the prescriptions that we write can do just that. So for a physician like me who focuses on prevention and empowering health through lifestyle, I feel it is a true gift to have Juice Plus to offer to my patients and to stay true to my oath. So I am so grateful to be able to provide a solution for my patients for true health and disease prevention with Juice Plus. And I feel the main reason I feel confident sharing Juice Plus, and Kelly, you touched on this, is really the vast body of research that the company has. And the company is dedicated to always providing good science and good research because they and we all know how important it is when we're making decisions that so deeply affect our health and our livelihood. So I intuitively know that Juice Plus is good for me, and the 10 years that I've been putting it in my body proves to me that I'm right. But it's the strong body of research that this company provided and continues to provide that I can lean on so I can feel safe and confident recommending it to my patients. And the reason I am so passionate about having partnered with this company and starting my own Juice Plus business is that it's allowed me to find a passion and a purpose in a mission that brings me incredible joy every day and fun. And fun. And in fact, another irony in my story is that because of my Juice Plus business and the income it provides, I'm able to be a doctor and practice medicine because I love it, not because I have to. And that has allowed me to fall in love again with my given profession. And that's why it's ironic, because a lot of people who start this business started because they're running from something and they're trying to escape something. It's allowed me to run back also to my profession, which I love. So for those of you out there who may be considering sharing this product and this opportunity with a physician or a healthcare professional or somebody on your chicken list, I want you to think of my story and how the bravery and the courage of one person, my neighbor, to reach out to me and invite me to an event has not only changed my life, but it's changed the lives of so many people, the patients whose lives I've touched, and all the friends and family and the people who I had known prior and the people who I continue to meet moving forward, all changed because of the courageous act of one woman, my neighbor. So what's interesting, I often think of what if, when I'm going through life, and I often think, what if she never knocked on my door? What if I had not been open to going to that event? What if I had not said yes to this opportunity almost 10 years ago? How different my life would have been. I cannot imagine my life without the joy of this business, the incredible people that I have met, and the personal growth that I have achieved and continue to strive for. I love, love, love being a doctor, and I love the joy of healing people's bodies and helping them through their health journey. And now, because I said yes to the opportunity this company offered me almost a decade ago, I have the privilege to share this opportunity with others and to help others step into their dreams, really, and find true joy and purpose in their lives. So it's been quite a journey, and it will continue to be a journey for the next 50, 60 years, because I plan on living to be 106. So that's, in a nutshell, that's really my heart. That's what I feel about Juice Plus. That's what I feel about our journey together, Kellie. And I love being able to share these stories share my story with all of you, because I think it really is, we really are a team and a mission, and we're on a mission together. So thank you all for listening. And I think Kellie, just ask any other questions that you have.
Yeah, so I hope you guys just got a sense as to why I love her so much. She just has such an incredible heart, and gives and shares and gives and shares, and you do it with such grace and eloquency. I'm in awe of you. So I know that a lot of people, when they come into the Juice Plus business, they think like, oh my God, I want to get a doctor. I'm going to get my doctor on my team, and the doctor's going to, help me grow and blah, 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 blah. And as we know, as you and I have even talked about and shared, I think on a conference call, that a doctor has to be treated like any other person. You have to share Juice Plus with them like you would any other person, from a customer standpoint, from an experiential standpoint, really understanding, what's important to them about their own health journey, and allowing them to bring Juice Plus into their body and then further into their family. And then from there, maybe a conversation, once the doctor starts to experience, the incredible benefits of Juice Plus, then it is a good an opportunity to maybe, branch into the business conversation.
Right.
So from your medical perspective, why don't you share with everyone what type of physician you are?
Yes, I'm internal medicine. So
Okay.
I treat ages 17 and above, focusing mostly on diabetes, hypertension. I do a lot of women's health, hormones, prevention. Now I focus on prevention. I focus on helping people live vitally, not just longer, but with quality. And so, but we treat all the, main diseases, the preventable diseases. Actually, we treat all the preventable diseases.
Which is awesome, and you get to write a prescription for fruits and vegetables, which is
Amazing. And
fabulous.
to that point, I get more joy out of having patients come back to me and say, oh my gosh, I feel incredible because I've been on Juice Plus for so-and-so or whatever. And I'll never get that when I write a prescription, say for Lipitor or a blood pressure pill. I don't get patients coming back and saying, oh, I feel so amazing. Thanks for putting me on this prescription. So that's the joy that this product and being able to share with people has given me. And it's a true mission. But Kellie, back to your your original question about, the approach when you're looking for a doctor.
So what's some language, some buzzwords or language or an approach that somebody could use to bridge the conversation from a medical perspective, from a medical professional to the business?
Well, I think the shift for a lot of people, I think we need to take it back to what you said earlier. In all of your businesses, we're all here to build our businesses, and we all have different reasons to do it. Mine started off financial in the beginning, and it's obviously still financial, but it's less financial now. It's more just the purpose and the joy and the love. And it's important you'll hear this from all leaders in our company. The shift in your business will actually come when you truly come from a place of servant leadership. You're truly coming from a place of, how can I help the person sitting in front of me? And I think that's where a lot of people fall flat on their face when they approach a physician or a chiropractor or a health professional from the very beginning. Because until you've made that shift, there's an air and an energy about you that people can read from a million miles away. And that energy is, I need to get a doctor on my team, so blah, 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 blah. And so once that shift happens in your heart and in your spirit, you will approach anybody, and especially physicians. In this day and age, it's important to approach them with that love, because we are bombarded with so many things and people trying to tell us something, not just patients, but the government and the pharmaceutical companies. And so we have a lot of people coming to us asking for something, not to mention our 18 to 20 patients that we see a day. That's what we do. We serve. So 18 to 20 times a day, I've had people come to me asking me for something, which I wholeheartedly give. So for all of you out there thinking of approaching a physician, really truly put yourself in a space of true love prior to actually opening that conversation with them, and think to yourself, how can I help this person sitting in front of me? They are beaten down, they're overworked, just the way you think of anybody else, a stay-at-home mom who has 10 kids running around, or 5 or 3 or 2 or whatever, or, somebody who's struggling with their bills. Think of the physician as another person, a person who needs love, a person who needs, quite honestly, somebody who cares about them, who's actually thinking about them for once, because we spend our entire lives thinking about other people. How can we help other people? So to have somebody come into me and say, you know what, I really care about you. This is something that, I would love for you to share with you. And it's kind of, Kellie, one of the intentions that I say every morning, I think Lauren Slocum has one of these intentions. I say every morning, I am a powerful, I give options, and I let people choose. I'm a powerful, I can't remember the intention, but even though I say it every morning. So it's the whole, set yourself in the mindset of, it's your responsibility and your journey to share this opportunity, and then let the person in front of you choose if that's the route that they want to take. So I guess in short, I would say just treat the physician like anybody else that you love and you want to add value to their life.
And you said something really key about, give them the freedom of their choice, because this is not right for everybody, and not every doctor is right for this mission. So I think, that's really important to remember. But one of the aspects that I thought was fascinating, and I really have known you for now 3 or 4 years, and I'm hearing this for the first time, was your student loan debt and how that made you feel.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a really good lesson in not prejudging, not just a medical professional, but any professional, because sometimes people may appear to be a certain economic level status in their life, or what have you, but unless you really have the courage to build a relationship or ask questions or invite that person to an event, you really don't know what you don't know until you know it. And I mean, I think about the person who invited you, because they could have completely prejudged you.
Oh,
easily.
and again, as I shared in my story, I am so grateful for her courage. It's her courage. She didn't know me from, anyway, yes. So, back to your point about, looking for physicians to join your team. Keep in mind this income plan, the way we're built, the way our income plan is, and it's a brilliant income plan. It is about building team. And even though it's great to have a physician on your team because the physician's going to get lots of customers. There's no question once they get on board. And I'll tell you, that's where my journey in the business, I've been in the business for 10 years. I'm senior sales coordinator, is I have tons of customers, but I didn't have a lot of team. I didn't learn about team building. So if your objective truly is to build a large team and a large financial base, all of you on the phone, which would be silly not to, because let's face it, that's really what we're here to do. You really need to look for team, moms on a mission, people who get that mentality. Having a doctor on your team is going to be fabulous. And so I wouldn't dissuade anybody from focusing on getting a physician or sharing this with a physician. However, as you're thinking of sharing it with a physician, think of all of the other people out there that have yet to hear about this. All the moms, all the dads, all the everybody's. And so, you can love on your physician every 3 months or 6 months that you see them or whatever. But I would caution you to make that your focus. Don't focus on that. Spread the joy to as many people as you can, and that physician is just going to be one of them. I mean, if you look at how many national marketing directors are in our company, if you broke it down, I'm guessing only maybe 1 or 2% of the NMDs in our company are actually physicians. Everybody else, teachers, kindergarten teachers, moms on a mission. So I want you all to keep that in mind.
Well, and I'm sure that's, of that 1 or 2%, a lot of those medical professionals, their businesses were built truly probably more by their wellness coordinator than themselves, because I think team building in particular is a concept that medical professionals do not fully embrace and get.
Absolutely.
Sharing it this is what I take, I recommend it to you, talk to my wellness coordinator. So wellness coordinator that's really building that customer base and building that team. So, I mean, being a wellness coordinator for doctors, it takes an extra level of time, and it's time I gladly give, because I know how many people they can reach to support. But as I'm building my business, I'm actively working with one doctor right now in particular. I'm actually building her business.
Mhm.
So I'm building two businesses simultaneously. And,
Which brings me to the point that, again, I need to reiterate, sharing this with a physician is great, however, our time, I have no other physicians on my team. I have my, Moms on a Mission, and because my time is much better spent with people who understand team.
right, right. Exactly. So we have a couple minutes left. And I'm wondering if, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot a little bit.
We're amongst friends, right? I love you all already.
But people love stories, and they love to hear stories, and they remember stories. But is there, a story that in your 10 plus years of sharing Juice Plus with your patient base, or even with your family, it doesn't even have to be a patient, but is there any particular story that really stands out to you?
Without a doubt. So back to the prejudging, which we all do. So my very first several months of having joined the Juice Plus opportunity, taking the product, I had a woman who came in and I completely prejudged her. She took a bus. She lived in a community that was it just wasn't very affluent, so to speak. And we see the addresses, we see where they live, we see where they're coming from. And I knew she took a bus to see me every day, or when she came to see me. So I'm talking to her, and she said, I really am looking, I don't want to follow the fate of my family. At the time, so there's a couple things to this story. She was in her 60s already. She's a diabetic. She's an African-American woman, and her whole family history of diabetes. And she said to me in the visit, I don't want to follow the fate of my brother and my family. And I, talked to her about things, and the office visit was over, and I had my hand on the door to leave after we did all the medicines and all that. And something in me said, you know what? How dare you? So I turned, how dare you not share Juice Plus with this woman because of your preconceived notions that she can't afford it. She takes a bus. She's not going to be compliant, blah, blah, blah. So I turned around and I said, Geraldine, I said, I need to share something with you. And she said yes right away. And she's been on Juice Plus, and she did the Children's Health Study for like 9 years now.
Wow.
And I just saw her in the office, and every time she comes in, she said, Doctor, I am so grateful for you for sharing this with me. So that story, without a doubt, stands out in my head because there's so many elements to that story that we need to remember. Don't prejudge, which is really the number one. Don't prejudge. And not only that, but I mean, I through non-prescriptions, I completely helped this woman change her health picture.
And a child's, because if she
and her grandchildren, so she takes care of her grandchildren. She is the caregiver for her grandchildren. So yeah, that's my story.
That's incredible, because what's the saying? What's so easy not to do is also so easy to do.
What's so easy to do is also so easy not to do. Yes, it's easy for me to open my mouth and share it with people. It is. It's also easy not to.
Mm-hmm. And you could have easily just.
I could have easily just said, I'm running late. But I knew the reason. I knew in my mind. I knew the reason I didn't mention it. I knew it was. I had this stupid story in my head. She can't afford it. I made all these decisions for her. And that is, I think everybody on the call today, if we can remember one thing, do not make decisions for people. We have this incredible gift, the gift of the product, the gift of the opportunity. We have this incredible gift. Do not be emotionally attached to the answer that comes back at you. Share this gift with the vigor and the passion that we all feel, and let the choice be theirs.
And it's so critical, because I think of all the times that I easily didn't share,
Yeah.
because it would have been an inconvenience for me. And I'm like, shame on me. And I've done it. I admit it.
Or not even an inconvenience because you made a story in your head. It's
Well,
not even.
but also like, oh, I don't have time.
You made a story.
I gotta go. I don't have time. Or completely wrote a totally different story in my head. But then the times that I allowed myself to share with courage, how incredibly blessed I am that I did.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a hard lesson to learn.
Yep.
And it only needs to happen once.
It only needs to happen once.
When someone, gets sick or something happens to that person and you're like, oh man.
And I hope and I would say, I would bless everybody on this call. I hope that happens one time for all of you on the call early on in your Juice Plus career, because it won't happen again.
Exactly. Exactly. You only need to learn a bad lesson once, and then you're like, all right, I got it.
Right.
Because it's not about us, right?
Right.
It's not about us. It's not about our ego. It's not about our feelings. So they say no. Has anyone ever, let me ask you that final question. Has anyone ever come into your office and said, I think I'm going to die because someone said no to me?
No. No, that's a very good question. No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. Nobody has ever died.
No.
Being
I
told
love
no.
it. We got to
So
use that one again.
The worst thing that's going to happen is someone says no.
Right.
You know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay with that. So, well, I thank you.
You're
so
welcome. You're
for,
so welcome.
this is such, you being on this call is such an example of why this company is such a blessing, because you and I have no financial connection to each other. You are truly donating your time tonight to not only inspire me, but all of my wonderful friends here. And this is being recorded, so it's going to be inspiring even more people. And that's why I love this business, is you're doing this because you are a servant leader. You have a mission-driven heart. And I am so forever grateful for you, and for Cynthia for
putting us together
on a call date.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, everybody. I hope you found it valuable. I hope you take some snippets and some nuggets with you, and share. Together we will create a healthier, happier, more joyful world. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Michelle, do you want